Is there any landmark that you recall?
Ako fota man seri sitara je mo semen sute.
Sila Fatou nimbe abe Westfield.
This junction is at Westfield. Westfield la sila kumbemba fangolom.
Ala sila kumbemba kilin watarante lajibo town kilin do tata kanif.
It was the main junction at Westfield. There is a way which goes to Ibo Town and another way which goes to Kanifing.
You said you saw a lot of people at that junction.
Yes, I found a lot of people there.
Can you describe the people that you saw?
For example,
yeah, please continue.
What I can say is the majority of people there are members of the UDP party.
And how could you tell that they were members of the UDP party?
Yalo nyadi le ko nyilmu UDP party la molleti. There are people whom I'm used to because I used to meet and walk with them.
In the crowd, did you see men as well as women?
Yes, it's a combination of men and women.
What about children? Did you see any children in the crowd?
Yes, there were some children.
Were they holding anything, or were they doing anything at the time?
They were holding nothing in their hands. And we mantara kuke kamfana. They were doing nothing also.
So you said you spoke to a fuller man.
I asked the fuller man, what is happening here with all these people? He also replied me that I've also just arrived, but nothing is happening. I'm just standing watching. Then I took out my mobile. I gave him my mobile. Mumban longoti.
Ban koima.
Saferobe membala. Obe jumale bulu. Yes, there was somebody holding a banner and something was written on it. Then I told him to look at the banner for me and I told him to take a photo of the banner that the man was holding with my mobile.
Can you describe the banner?
It was a white banner.
And why did you ask the fuller man to take a photo of the banner for you?
I've never been to school, so if I go out with my mobile and I see something, a writing somewhere which I have interest in, I always take a photo of it. When I go home, I show it to my children for them to read it for me.
Can you tell us what happened after that?
After that, I saw a man called Falang.
Did you know this person, Falang?
Yes, I know him.
What is Falang's full name?
Falang to na kontongo mumuneti.
Falang Sonko.
He's called Falang Sonko.
At the time, did Falang Sonko hold any position?
Ako tembo Falang fo makamale babulu bang fo palasle babulu.
Palasle babulu.
Yes, he's a man with a position. Mum palasle babulu.
To atile wa marari ana konsi fanko biela. UDP la dindin kafo biela.
He was the head of the UDP youth wing.
Apart from Falang Sonko, did you recognize anyone else?
Falang Sonko kola. Femo do sute jele bang.
Kola nata solo je.
Then after that, I saw someone called Solo.
Can you tell us Solo's full name?
Solo tona kontong mumuneti.
Solo Sunday.
Solo Sandeng.
At that time, did Solo Sandeng hold any particular position?
Ko tembo fo palasi lebe Solo Sandeng fanam bulu jebang.
Palaso ba fana buluji.
Yes, he is also a man of position.
Can you tell us which position he held?
Afonye mum palasi le babulu.
Na palasi bari ba fana buluji.
He was holding a big position there.
Is it correct that you don't know which position he held?
Bari malonga be palaso mento imam palaso nyin tolonga ima fahamonya back.
Ha ngina ta palaso hunde mun.
Yes, I forgot the name of the position.
But you know he held a position within the UDP at
Ako
the time.
bari yalo nako palastole mati UDP kono wotembo.
Ha.
Yes, yes.
When you saw Falang Sonko and Solo Sandeng,
Biriye falan sonkon in Solo Sandenje.
did you speak to them?
Foi biya mute yenne bang.
Ndi amutawe again.
Yes, I talked to them.
Can you tell us about that conversation?
Ini ye mun kumo memfo fountel fanale bang.
Nko fala ne mun lebe keri.
I asked Falang, what is happening?
Akonye ko fente keri.
He told me there is nothing going on.
Nka fen lebe keri ke bral be fundita.
I said, no, something is going on. What brought all of you to this position, to this place here?
Akonye bari te ko kata manyi biton tata ji ko tata manyi bitulane.
He told me, in fact, I have been to your home and I was told that you have gone to a marriage ceremony.
Akota manyi bitulane manyi ko botala watu mbe keransina kacha.
He told me, go to that marriage ceremony. When you come from there, then I'll come to you and explain everything to you.
Narata solo fanaka otuma solo be diamuka.
I went to meet Solo. By that time, Solo was talking.
Solo mutala do ko la ten.
I went until I held up his shirt.
Nko solo ntikata manyi bitlali afanyi mbe keri mfana salo ntata nsisi hakiloka.
I told him, Solo, tell me whatever is happening. I'm going to a marriage ceremony so that when I go, I'll have a steady mind.
Akonye femmantere hero dorane ta manyi bitulai hakilo tenkunde.
He told me nothing is happening. Go to the marriage ceremony and keep a steady mind. I also didn't go. I decided to go and sit nearby that fuller man. I was sitting there watching people. I bought an apple from that fuller man. I decided to cancel my trip to Kanifing to go and buy that type of grass I wanted. I was sitting there looking at the people. I saw a policeman coming in white uniform. He came and held Solo. He was talking, arguing with Solo, and people came and took the policeman's hand from Solo's shirt. So they continued standing on the road there. The policeman in white uniform decided to leave. After the policeman left, I also kept on sitting there. Then that's the time when the fuller man told me, well, my bantamate, look behind you. The paras are already here.
I would like to ask you a question. You mentioned that the policeman was wearing a white uniform.
Yes.
Can you describe his entire uniform? He said the uniform, the trouser, and the shirt are all white. Can you describe the police officer that you saw? Well, he's a well-built man. He is not a dark person. He is not dark in color. While he was talking to Mr. Solo Sandeng, could you hear what they were saying? No, I cannot hear what they were saying because there was some little distance between us. You told us that he held Solo Sanding's shirt and they were arguing.
Yenyum foko ay Solo Sanding na dondi ko muta bitunga be diamu kan wonya munta nyo sabal diamu le betema.
When you sabadi amon.
Yes, they were arguing when he was holding Solo's shirt.
And then people intervened and separated them.
Eko molu nata ye Solo la dondi ko bua buloko no. Yes, yes.
You said not long after that happened, the paramilitary arrived. Is that correct?
Eko wokola lem amamme paramilitary olunata. Yes.
How did you know that the people who arrived are from the paramilitary?
Yalo nyadi le konyilu mu paramilitary oleti. I recognize them by their uniforms.
Can you describe their uniform?
Ila uniform olube nyadi le.
Uniform.
They were wearing blue uniforms.
Were they, from what you could observe, were they holding or carrying anything?
Ila koro siroto fennule be bulolu kono bang ini menunata. Well, some of them were holding batons.
What were the others holding, those who were not holding batons?
Dokote menu bulu mum fem fason ne lebe olu bulu. Those without batons were trying to chase people away.
When the paramilitary arrived, can you tell us how they arrived?
Paramilitary olufutata jetumene inata nyadile.
Where they, please continue.
Akwetente.
Biru nata biru benala mbako dirinne. Motolo rinkwala biru fulo ya fanyanko nganko diwe ngaje ujita.
They came in a truck, and they came. The area they came, they came through my back. It was the fuller man who told me, "Look behind you. The paras are here." So that's the time I turned and saw them. But they were alighting from a truck.
You said they came from your back. Do you know from which direction they came?
Ako iwairi na te koma lale foi hakilo saita nilaba ibota mafa mintolela.
Fani, buri motolo tele ngaji.
No, I cannot say. It was after the truck stood, they started alighting, and I was informed. That's the time I looked back and I saw them.
Do you remember the size of the group of paramilitary that you saw? Was it a large group or was it a small group?
Paramilitary lumenu nata je. Mo jamale nata bang fodung imansia bake.
Mo jamale nata je.
There were many of them.
And when you say many, can you give us an estimate?
Niko mo jamale nata foisa yirikano ila mira roteton ronka fonyi monangam isiosile.
Harinta yirikano.
No, I cannot estimate.
Do you believe that there were more than 10, for example?
Ako santiong kamo fo isila mira roto isiata motango tilebang.
Namin siya motango tile batango silal.
Well, if they are not more than 10, I'm sure they were about the size of 10.
When they arrived, you mentioned that those without batons were chasing people.
Inyum foko dokote menubulu welebe molu baikanu. Yes.
Can you describe to us what you observed?
Wotembo ibe molu baikan ibake kanyadile yemune korosije yemune jije.
Amin korosije nu bortami normalem. Moy sotanu usimo faika ni busandita wi kuruntu wi bula moto kono.
What I observed was that when they were chasing people, they started kicking people's feet under them. If anybody falls down, they will catch your feet, drag you, and throw you inside the truck.
Please continue.
Akoya continue. When that happened, people dispersed, running helter-skelter towards all directions. The place was fully crowded, but within a few minutes, the place became completely empty. So where I was sitting, I kept on sitting down there. A man came running and stood in front of me. I told him not to run away, just stay at one place, don't run. I told him to recite the Quranic verse called Yasin. He also stood there reciting the surah called Yasin. So when people were thrown into the truck and I was still sitting down there, the paras were still coming. Our road leading towards Ibo town, a lady came out from that direction. The lady clapped her hands and shouted. She told the paramilitary, the people you are looking for, here is one of them sitting down here. She told the para, this person happens to be an enemy of this state, a very bad person who hates this state. So after this lady said these words, 2 paramilitary men came after me.
Did you know that woman?
No, I don't know this lady. I don't know this lady.
Do you know why she said that?
I don't know why she said such words against me.
Can you tell us what happened when the 2 paramilitary came towards you?
When these 2 people approached me, one of them told me to get up. I got up. The moment I stood up, the other one gave me a nasty slap. And he wounded me until my ear, behind my ear, were bleeding. The other one became angry and asked him, why did you slap her? The other one went on saying that when I told her to get up, she got up. She didn't resist. Why are you beating her? He replied, even tomorrow I will beat her up. I told the other one, don't argue between yourselves. I told them that I swear by God, if God is the creator of truth, and I didn't offend this man, he beat me, he will see it. I told him, I will be the last person that you will ever beat.
So just to be clear, you were sitting there.
Yes.
2 paramilitary officers walked towards you.
Paramilitary fulatamata kanete kang. Yes.
And one of them slapped you.
Yes.
Did that person say anything to you before or after that?
He insulted me.
Was that before he slapped you?
He slapped me, then insulted me.
And what did he say to you?
He insulted me a very nasty insult.
Based on what he said to you, do you know what his reason was for doing that to you?
I am nendiro menkela wonya. Foya dalilo lonne munana abe nendiri façon fole.
No opposition yat na yo fanya bari muso yo le fay.
Because the lady who shouted told them that I am a member of the opposition. I think that's the only reason.
You said after the other officer intervened and they argued amongst themselves, and you told him that you would be the last person that he'd slap.
Beri ida manglu diamuta ikoe alikana nyo saba bari ntelebe kela mo la bangoti abe mentulo bunna aketa wala nyama bang.
Aketa nyama.
Yes, exactly.
Can you tell us what happened next?
Biri obotala mune na atake.
Yensamba moto ta hunga selem ko man seleno.
They took me to the vehicle and told me to climb up. I told them I cannot climb by myself. They took me up and threw me inside the vehicle. Then the vehicle departed.
Was this, I believe you mentioned that it was a truck earlier, is that correct?
Akoye nyum fanun ko motobalom hanimbi o motoba kilingolom ba. Yeah, that was the same truck.
When you entered the truck, were there other people inside that truck?
Bring ay fay moto kono mo dolu be moto kono moto nyin kono le bang. Yes, there were many people inside the truck.
Were those people paramilitary officers or were they civilians?
Ako molu men yetara moto kono ul fanalu paramilitary walleti bang for civilian
civilian.
They were civilians.
Do you recall how many civilians were in that truck?
For isi ayirikano le mojel lebe moto nyin kono civilian. Well, it could be up to 40-something people.
Can you tell us what happened next?
Moto isafo no nyemune natake. After that, the vehicle started and left. They took me to the PIU camp. When we arrived there, they told us to alight from the vehicle, and we got down. They said, let's stand under the sun. We stood in line under the sun. One man came there and told them, tell these people, remove these people from the sun. People are not well now. That's the time when they took us into a big house. We all sat down on the ground.
You told us that they took you to the PIU camp. Can you tell us where that is located?
PIU la campoto. It was near the KMC headquarters.
And where exactly would that be? Like from Westfield, how far is it?
Ako wo better la damen wolem kabo Westfield ma fangola la jam fo be nyaadile.
Ani Westfield man jam habari tamata area council la yakana gamsel la yena bo gamsel yeta talibo lodula la totuma yena tul soto.
It's not far from the Westfield main junction. After Westfield, you go to you go to the GAM cell, and from there you go to KMC, and after the KMC you go to another office, and then from there is the PIU. It's not far away from even the road leading to our home.
You mentioned that you were arrested with about 40 or so people. Yes. You already told us that you had been physically assaulted because the officer slapped you.
Yes.
Do you know if anything happened to any of the individuals that were arrested along with you?
No, I didn't observe anything happening to anybody there at that time.
Can you tell us what happened after they moved your group out of the sun and into the building at the PIU camp?
Be PIU campo to tumomen yali bondi tilo ko to tumomen hanfo aludunta o bumba kono mune natake wokola. When we were inside that main big room, their leaders all called one another. They were behaving like if a witch sees raw meat. That's the time they started discussing amongst themselves what they are going to do to us.
When you say they were like, in your words, witches who saw raw meat, what do you mean by that?
That looks like their elders, their leaders, the way they were behaving looks like they were going to kill all of us.
And can you tell us a bit more about how they were behaving?
They were using very harsh words against us, insulting us, saying, you people are like this, you people are like that, saying just bad words for us.
You said after that they were discussing amongst themselves about what to do.
Yenyum foko ibe kachaka ne da manglute mai bina menkelalla. Yes.
Can you tell us what happened next?
Bidu okola mune natake.
Sa okola kedo biji onata fo yankuba koli akaya ni manjar diamu jamala.
One man was there, then he turned and told Yankuba Koli, there is no more talk, there is not much talk about this.
Akobar ninkete ila dulale to KMC lem.
So far this happened at your place at KMC here.
Saya nya jube anya kacha ali ubulaweta.
Now let's see and let's discuss this and allow them to go.
Yankuba Koli ko hani?
Yankuba Koli said no.
Akato kenola.
He cannot do that.
Akabeta afala Usman Sonko.
He said he is going to inform Usman Sonko.
No ya la nyami.
Whatever Usman Sonko decides.
Abotan telefe obumba kono.
That's the time he left us in that room. He went into another office directly opposite the building where we were sitting. That's the time another Yankuba Sonko, the Mandinka man, he was standing between us, amongst us in that room.
Before you proceed, you mentioned the Yankuba Koli. Did you know Yankuba Koli prior to that day?
I know him very well.
Can you tell us how you know him?
Since he was a young man, he comes to the field to play football where I live. He comes to the field near our home.
What was his position at the time?
This thing happened when he was the mayor. KMC.
And what about Usman Sonko? Who was Usman Sonko at the time?
Usman Sonko, Jumale Moti wa Tembo.
Usman Sonko was minister.
Usman Sonko was the then minister.
So you believe that when Yankuba Koli referred to Usman Sonko, he was talking about the minister at the time?
Minister men nakumo for Willem Usman Sonko. Yes.
So after Yankuba Koli went to another office, you said that another man came.
Yankuba Koli tata dugo officer kono modo nata. Then the man who came was the man called Yankuba Sonko.
How did you know his name was Yankuba Sonko?
Ya to lo nyadi lo konyino mu Yankuba Sonko ti. He was the head of the police at that time.
Can you tell us what happened when Yankuba Sonko came?
Saying afonye mune ketabiri Yankuba Sonko nata. When Yankuba Sonko came into the room, he stood and looked all of us, went round looking at us. By that time, we were all sitting on the ground. Another man came. He also came and stood over us, but that man, I don't know him. He said, you people destroyed. I feel sorry for you people. He said, it's now time for elections and you people decided to come out like this. I feel sorry for you people. Then Yankuba Koli came back from that office. He came walking quickly. Yankuba Sonko asked him and said, what are we going to do? Then he said, the minister has informed him that these people wanted to stage a coup d'etat. Let's take them all to Mile 2.
When you heard that, how did you feel?
I just had faith in God, because whatever happens, I know was destined by God.
Because at that point, you didn't even know what was happening.
Katu tembo ite fango malo mune bekeka.
Hani malo mbekenga biri ninkewe nimfo.
I didn't know what was happening, but after this man uttered those words,
biro ketangam fancy alala dumunu fana biye ngole kanyam fancy alala.
when he said these words, I decided to I decided to leave everything in God's hands, and that's what I told those others around me. Let's leave everything with God.
Can you tell us what happened after they said that?
Biring wolyo kumakam fo be kola mune natake.
Birayo kumakam fo.
After he said those words,
nata nogonjai bundi ankono.
They came and took Nogonjai from among us. And some men who are from the
Kafubayo.
From the Combos, a man called Kafubayo.
Kafubayo. Utel ke dantandal ke saba.
There were 3 men and Nogonjai. They were taken away.
You've mentioned Nogonja, you've mentioned Kafubayo. Did you recognize anyone else in the group that was taken to the PIU?
Ako yo molumenu samba PIU wonya atelumenu yali samba je Nogonja ni Kafukola foye modo sute jele bang. Yes, there were many people like Falan Sonko. I just forget names.
You mentioned that earlier that day you had seen Falang Sonko and Solo Sandeng.
Yenyum fonunko ateulungola ye Falang Sonko jele and in Solo Sandeng. Yes, yes.
Were they with your group at the PIU camp?
Foyo fanalu be mutale nati PIU campo to je.
Ngama Solo nati PIU campo to je.
Iman Solo nati.
Hani.
Yes, we were taken there, but Solo was not brought to the PIU camp.
What about Falang Sonko?
Falang Sonko dung. Yes, he was with us there.
So you told us that they came and they took away 3 men, including Kafubayo. As well as Nogo Njai.
And in Nogo Njai. Yes.
Did they say anything to them before they took them away?
They didn't say anything. They just came and called these people's names. Then they told them to come out, and these people came out, and they just took them away.
Do you know where they took them to?
No, I didn't know where they were taken to.
Can you tell us what happened after that?
Well, after that, they came back to us, and we were handcuffed and put aboard a truck.
When you were put aboard the truck, did you see the individuals that were taken away, Nogoinjai and others?
No, I didn't see them.
Can you tell us where they took you when they put you on the truck?
Mile 2.
Mile 2. They took us to Mile 2.
Can you describe to us what happened when you arrived at Mile 2?
When we arrived at Mile 2, we alighted from the vehicle. They told us to stand, and they are going to take photos of us. A big babaro. There was a big plank of wood, and this thing had a small chain which they put on our necks. They told us that this is the sign, this is what you do to criminals. Initially, I refused for that piece of wood to be put on my neck. I had a push and pull with them, but later on, Falang told me, don't worry, leave them to put it on your neck. That's the time they put it on my neck. Then they took photos of all of us.
Then
Then they took me to another place. There was an old woman there who they call Ma. I heard them calling her Ma. She called somebody amongst us and said, I'm begging you people to release this woman. And she told them, this woman is, look at her, how well dressed she is. She used some other things like she had already painted her legs and hands. This woman didn't leave her home to come for a demonstration. This lady Ma appealed to these men, but they still refused until the man started insulting. I told the old man, don't worry, leave them. Wherever God is not present, then that's an empty thing. Then Ma stopped appealing to them.
Up until that point,
Mm-hmm.
Did they tell you why you were being detained at mile 2?
No, they didn't tell us anything except insults and saying that we are criminals.
Did they ask you any questions before they took a photo of you?
We were just questioned our addresses, where we are from. After that, nothing else.
And this old lady Ma, did you know her before?
I never saw her. That was the first time I was seeing her.
So after she argued with the police officers, saying that based on the way you were dressed, you don't look like someone who was going for a demonstration. What happened after that conversation?
Then they sent for a woman inside the prison there to come. That's the time I told them that, well, as for me, I am fasting, and now I want to cut my fast. They told me, what's laying await for you? If you know that, you will not even talk about cutting your fast. Then I kept quiet. Later on, they came for me and took me into another room. When I was taken into that room, I found some other women in there. That's the time Fatoumata Jawara informed them that this woman is fasting. Please help her to cut her fast. And stood over me
Fatou Camara, Fatoumata Jawara.
And said, Fatou Camara, Fatoumata Jawara. That by that time, Fatoumata Jawara was lying down. I shook her leg. I told her that somebody is asking for us. Then I asked him to allow me to go to the restroom. I went to the restroom. I was wearing a trouser, then I took off my veil. I tied it around my waist. I tied it until it was very strong. Then I came out. Then they took us. There was a lady called Banna who went along with us. That Banna took us
Fatou Jawara la bago taya murundi aka.
They returned Fatoumata Jawara's bag and gave it back to her.
Akai hani bago ni samba.
The Fatoumata Jawara told her, take along the bag.
Kendi kai banna ku yeko atul ka ba alka mulle Allah ta mulle kala ni musolla.
Then Banna asked them, what are you going to do with these women?
Akoni musolla ambo ko min lalaw kan.
The man said, these women, we are going to deal with them. Even if they don't die, they will never be able to benefit themselves again. That was the time when Banna said, I've heard from my grandma that even in war, however bad or however worse the fighting was, they don't do anything to the women. But the man replied to Banna that these are not women, these are just like men. And we were there sitting down. A vehicle came. When that vehicle arrived, they put me inside that vehicle. And Fatoumata Jawara was also put inside the vehicle. Plus a lot of other people. They took us to the NIA.
Still focusing on your time at Mile 2. Do you remember what time of the day you arrived at Mile 2? Was it before or after you were supposed to cut your fast? It
was before cutting of the fast.
You told us that Nogoinjai was taken away at the PIU camp.
Yes.
When you, while you were at Mile 2, you mentioned Fatoumata Jawara.
Yes, we were there together.
Was Fatoumata Jawara also at PIU with you?
Yes, we were all there.
Apart from the three women that you've mentioned, yourself, Fatoumata Jawara, and Nogoinjai, were there any other women who were also detained?
Yeah, telling you musu sabo mem foteng. Tell men ben yokanje. For atel kola musu do fan tarta jele numbang alikono.
Hani.
No.
You mentioned a lady called Bana.
She was an officer, or she's an officer. She was not a detainee.
Was she an officer of the police or the prison?
She was a prison officer at that time.
What about the man who came to collect you and Fatoumata Jawara and others? Can you describe him?
No, I cannot describe him.
Do you recall if he was wearing a uniform or not?
He wasn't wearing a uniform.
You said that he said a lot of things, including the fact that they were going to deal with you.
Yes, he was the guy who said it.
And that even if you don't die, you would not be whole again.
Yes, it's the same man.
And he essentially said you deserved such a treatment because you were acting like men.
Yes.
At that point, what was going through your mind when you heard those words?
Through all that ordeal, I just had faith in God because I knew that nobody can do anything without God's destiny.
So after he'd said that, you said you were taken along with Fatoumata Jawara? And
yes.
some other people.
And Modulu.
Ha.
Yes.
Do you remember how many other people were taken along with you?
Foi hakilo sibula bang ya telu menu samba mojallem.
Honey.
No. It was at night.
You told us that they took you away.
Enyum fonyen ko bitu yali samba.
Can you continue telling us what happened after they took you away from Mile 2 prison?
Biri yali bondi Mile 2 kasola. Bitun saying afonyen yali samba mintola ni meketa.
Bondi Mile 2 kasoto.
When we were taken from Mile 2,
Banjul, NIA.
They took us to Banjul at the NIA premises.
You already told us that this was sometime after you prayed the Nafila prayers.
Yes.
Can you tell us what happened when you arrived at the NIA?
When we arrived at the NIA, we alighted from the truck. By that time, I heard people shouting, screaming. People were screaming. And that screaming was high and too much. Then I said to Fatmata Jawara, I told her, you are a young person. I told her, don't be afraid. I told her to have her faith in God. I said, a person cannot do anything to a person without the will of God. The shouting and the screaming I am hearing here. I told her, there is no peace here. There is no peace taking place in this place. Only God can help us here. I told her, well, don't blame anybody. Don't do anything also. Let's just have faith in God. It's only Allah. That's the time they took us into an office.
Before that, when you heard people shouting and screaming, what did you think was happening to those people?
I know what was happening. It could be that they were being beaten. They were being seriously tortured.
And from where was that, those shouting and screamings, from where were they coming from?
It was the screamings were coming from the interior part of the NIA compound.
Do you recall for how long you heard the shouting and screaming?
It took a long time. The screaming went on for a long time.
You said after that you were taken to a room?
Yes.
Can you tell us what happened next?
When we were taken into that room, myself, Fatmata Jawara, Langmarong,
Falan
Sonko.
We
were made to sit on a table. A man came there and started asking us my name and surname. I told him my name and surname. He asked me, we came out, but why did you people come out? I told him, well, the reason that took me out of my house, I was going for a marriage ceremony. He said, no, that's not true. That didn't bring you out. You people have been sent. That's why you came out. I told him, there is no need for me to tell you lies. What happened, that's what I'm going to say. He said, then if you don't tell us the truth today, he shouted and insulted me. I told him, whatever you do, I swear to God. I said, a human being swearing is what I believe. I will not do anything else. After that, somebody also entered from the door. He also insulted, a very nasty insult, and said we should get up from that chair. He said we should sit down on the ground. I refused to get up when I saw him coming. I got up. He came and kicked the chair. The chair hit Langmarong on his side. I became very, very, very unhappy. He said, let me sit down on the ground. I said, I will not sit on the ground. I told him, this chair that you removed us from. I told him, you just have powers in your hand, but this chair belongs to all of us. I said, but Allah is better than all of us. He said, you are calling Allah, 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 but after we deal with you, you will forget about who is Allah. I said, well, don't call me mayor, call me your age mate. After that, another one came who was also very angry. And he said that as far as I didn't speak the truth, those others will not speak the truth. A man came and stood at the door and said, Fatou Camara. I said, yes. He said, come. When I was going out, I was looking at that man. On the whole, somebody was standing around my left side, whom I didn't even see. The moment I took out my leg, he put a bag over my head. When he put that bag over my head, they took me up and took me to another place. He took me into a room and put me on a bed. It was just like a table. He said, Fatou Camara, I'm questioning you. You refuse to speak the truth. Who sent you people out? I told him, nobody sent us out. I said I was going to a marriage ceremony. He told me that you cannot be a chairwoman. Something like this happens and you were not aware. I told him something that I am not aware of. I will not tell you lies. He called another man called Haruna. He said, Haruna, bring the sticks. When Haruna brought in the sticks, he said, let me open my mouth. I closed my mouth. I said, no, I will not open my mouth. He caught hold of my neck and said, and my throat, and said, let me open my mouth. I said, no, I will not open my mouth. When I refused to open my mouth, he said, let them get hold of my hands and legs. Some got hold of my legs, some held my hands. I was lying on that table. They beat me up and beat me and beat me until I fainted. I fainted. I wasn't aware of anything. When I became unconscious, they lifted me up. They took me out. They poured cold water on me. I was lying there for quite a long time. When wind blew over me, I regained consciousness. When I regained consciousness, I realized that I was lying in grass. I became puzzled what brought me into this grass. So what was around my face, covering my face, I wanted to remove it.
Ma bondino.
I cannot. I was unable to.
La ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, Muhammadur Rasulullah, Allahu Akbar.
That was the time I called Allah's name. I called Allah's name and said thanks to Allah. After that they said, oh, she's not dead. They came back for me again. They came after me into that grass and started whipping me up, beating me up again. Well, I went on calling Allah's name, La ilaha illallah. A man came there running. I don't know him. He told them, stop. This woman is causing you people. They started arguing amongst themselves. They said, she's calling Allah's name, but she's not causing us. They said, when they were arguing themselves, they said, men cannot call Allah's name. It is the women who have sweet voices. They were arguing with that man until that man was able to get me out of their hands. That man also lifted me up. He took me and placed me at another place on the whole. That place also was a door. I was lying at that door. My throat went dry. I told them to give me some water to drink. Somebody brought some water for me. I just wanted to raise off my head to drink water. Somebody came and kicked that cup of water and the water all poured away. So I was unable to drink. I was just left lying there. The things that were placed on my head, I was trying to remove it from my head. The door where he placed me, somebody came out of that room. When that man also came and found me lying there, he also kicked me.
Madam Camara, please take your time. We're here to listen to you, so take all the time that you need. If you would like to take a break, please let me know.
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin.
When he kicked me, I fell down again. When I wanted to get up, I was unable to get up. I was just lying down there. They came again and lifted me up from there. Some held on the other side, the others held the other side. They took me to another room. When they took me to that room, they made me sit down on a chair. They asked me, told me, Fatou Camara. At that time, I was even unable to speak. I said, They said, I was asking you and you refused to tell us the truth. They were insulting me, very nasty insults. Those insults, any sane person, a good person, will not even utter words like that. I told them, whatever happens, I cannot tell you lies. I think at that time, most of their leaders were there. There was a table around there. There was a man called Tamba Masire among them there. By that time, Tamba Masire was also shouting. You decided to give me vinegar, saying that I'm going to kill all of them. Give me some vinegar. I'm going to kill all of them. He went on insulting continuously. So when they asked me, I was unable to talk. I also saw Fatmata Jawara there. They brought her also for her to talk. If I want to talk, when I open my mouth, my chest becomes congested. Because there was a man who informed them that this woman's tongue is now limp. She cannot talk. She said, no, I have to talk. They were arguing amongst themselves. Again, I fell down and fainted. I was unable, I was not conscious anymore. When I became conscious, I found myself in another room. I was lying in that room. They brought in Fatmata Jawara. When they brought in Nogoi, when Nogoi lied down, when I shouted, then Nogoi said, you Sarahule woman, you are also here. I said, yes, I am here. Then Nogoi took my head and put it on her legs. For a long time I was there. By that time I was having a serious headache and I was also dizzy. Nogoi got up. Where they were beating us, that's where I left my head tie. Then Nogoi went for my head tie. Nogoi came and tied up my head until it was really strong. Again, I went unconscious. Whether it was daytime or night time, I was unable to know whatever. Until in the late evening, a man came in there and they said, a doctor. When he came and checked us, but the doctor's name I cannot remember. I was even aware of the doctors coming there. After that, late at night, they took us to a small hospital. I was lying there until daybreak. Then it was on a Saturday. I looked up and Nogoi told me, Fatou. I said, yes. She told me that, well, we should thank God. I asked her, where is this place? What is this place? She said, this place is a hospital. She told me that a doctor came to come and check you people. I told him, but I don't know whether he'll come again to come and check you up. But he said he was going to inject you people, but I said no, he shouldn't do that. So we should all be careful. Let's all be careful about ourselves. Then when I got up and I wanted to go to the restroom, I had to sit in a wheelchair. When I went to the restroom, all what I urinated was only blood. For 15 good years, I was urinating blood.
15 good days?
Till 15 days, I was urinating blood. Then the doctor came and said, I came here to inject you. If not, the blood coming out of your body will be exhausted. And if there is no more blood in your body, you will die. I said, no, I will not have any injection. His name was Dr. Sanyang. Asked me, why are you not ready to be injected and still you are urinating blood? If we don't inject you, you are going to die. I said, Dr. Sanyang. I said, I give thanks to the Almighty Allah. The Almighty Allah who created me, I give thanks to Him. I said, Dr. Sanyang, when I was free outside, I used to hear a lot of things, but now I have seen it with my own eyes. I said, somebody who committed suicide will never see the Prophet. If I allow you to inject me, I will die. I know that's what we are doing to people here. I said, if I die now, put me in a blanket and give me to my people. They will wash me up and pray for me, and they will bury me.
Madam Camara, thank you very much for telling us what happened.
Madam Camara, inumbara bake menketa ya satanyeng.
We will come back to the information after the break. And I will ask you a few follow-up questions. And then we will continue from where you left off. Thank you very much. Mr. Chairman, it's time for the break. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Emma Council, and thank you, Mrs. Camara. I'm truly sorry that you had to endure such brutal and horrific torture in the hands of agents of the state.
Chairman ko ise haketu nyinketa balafati ye tajire ya kruya membekela mfangulu la banku dingulu menu ko be doku wala mansa kundaye wolle yo jawya ke aniwo tajire ya ye wala ketela teng.
We will take a 30-minute break and then come back at 5 minutes after midday.
Mbita miniti tansa badahala mbe murula nanjang nintalantan nimfula tambita miniti lulula.
Meeting is adjourned. Thank you.
Bengo banta ala baraka.